Let's talk about doing less in dating and why this leads to more and better results in your romance and fun and connection. This is an incredibly popular topic in the groups that I lead, and I just had a client have the magical experience of trying to do less for a couple weeks and seeing how much more attention she got and how much easier it was to go back to the dating apps over and over again. Whereas many people tend to find that dating apps are just exhausting and you get into this endless loop of doing a bunch of stuff to try to get dating to work for you, and it doesn't go anywhere. So I want to spread this word. I'm trying to evangelize the idea of doing way less in dating, especially for feminine people who want to experience connection and romance in relationship. So I hope that's you, and I hope that's what you're here for. One last thing, you're maybe wondering why I'm in bed today. This is called the Game of Thrones bed. It is the guest bedroom. It seemed like the most appropriate place for me to be today. For a video about doing less, I wanted to be in a place that felt really low effort. This set required no cleaning. There are 5 reasons why you want to do less in dating. Let's get into why doing less leads to better results, especially for feminine people. Let me first say that this is all about the feminine energy of being rather than doing. So if you can get into your being energy instead of your doing energy in dating as a feminine person, you're going to experience more success in dating in general. That's just an aside. That's not one of the reasons why this is so powerful, but this is where that philosophy comes from. It's all about feminine energy. You can read more about it in my book, The Art of Feminine Seduction. This is the one. I'm Alana Mackenzie Page, dating coach and author of this book, which is why I talk about doing less all the time. Without further ado, let's get into why you want to do less. The biggest, most important thing, which is what we're going to start with, that, and we're going to end with the juiciest one. So the most important thing that doing less can do for you in dating is that it relaxes you. It helps you chill out a little bit, which leads to you being more attractive. We've all experienced ourselves with people we're relaxed around, and we're just more fun that way. We're always more fun, we're always more interesting, we're always more available to connection when we are relaxed. Just feeling good about ourselves, not trying to prove something to someone. Being relaxed is going to allow you to get into the juicy state of attraction. It allows your hormones to actually make you more available for romance. It makes you more likely to feel sexually attracted to someone as well as sexually attractive. That is the biggest shift that doing less in dating can help you achieve, is to get into that state of just absolute like really present for the moment of dating that you're in, instead of the anxiety that we often live in when we're trying to build connection with someone we don't know yet. Number 2 reason why you want to do less in dating is related to the relaxation, and it is that when you're doing less, you're making better decisions. A lot of us in the modern world are strung out because of how many decisions we're making a day. And this gets especially heightened when we're in situations that make us a little bit tense or charged, that get kind of triggering us, like dating often does. You will not be making great decisions. And I mean micro decisions, just in terms of like, what do I text him, up to the macro decisions of like, how much time should I spend on this man? How much time and energy and emotion should I spend on this man? It's really hard to make thoughtful, great decisions that lead you where you want to go if you are in a state of tension and a state of, I need to get this done, rather than just totally relaxed, I don't need to do anything. Being in a state of don't need to do anything is where you want to be. The third reason why you want to do this, so even beyond making decisions, is just in general, you show up better. You show up with more availability for connection. You show up with more availability to say things that matter, because you're not so focused on getting things done and like there's like a list that you need to cross off or whatever. You're just available for relationship and connection in a way that is genuine, authentic, lovely to experience from the other person's point of view, and highly attractive. That's what it really comes down to, is you are highly attractive when you're in that state of, I actually don't need to do anything, I'm just here. Fourth reason why doing less in dating is going to lead to better results is that when you do less and you focus on doing less, you allow more space for your attachment wounding flare-ups. So if you're anxious and you're often getting these urges that you need to say something, you need to text them, you need to call them, you need to have connection, you will leave space for yourself to kind of go internal instead of projecting out onto the world of like, okay, we need to call, we need to chat right now because otherwise I'm not okay. You make space for yourself to be okay because you're really focused on that. Actually, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do anything. If you're avoidant, people make this mistake thinking about avoidant people often because they're not doing something, but the problem is avoidant people often are doing a lot of internal tearing apart of themselves. So lots of guilt or a lot of just negative feeling or needing to go take a nap or just really feeling incapable of handling being in connection. And so when you give yourself permission to do less as an avoidant person, you are allowing your body's need for detachment in a way, to take a reprieve from the dating situation, the connection, however that's showing up for you. And it just gives you permission to take care of yourself and your own needs before you jump back into connecting with another person. Last reason, this is the juicy one because it's all about the other person and how this affects the other person, is that when you do less in dating, you make more space for the other person to show you who they are. This is so important, and it's one of the things that we often overlook when we are dating unconsciously and kind of without any intention. You want to make space for someone to actually show you what they are going to do. How often do they like to text? How often do they like to connect? How often do they want to see you? And when you are less intent on controlling that about the connection, you get to see who they are. You get a much clearer picture of what it would really be like to be with them without you pulling on them. This is not about you, trying to scrape this reaction out of men. It's not about you getting the breadcrumbs. This is all about how you actually would be interacting with this person when they're in their own volition, when they are using their own choice, their own will, they're making their own decisions about how to interact. You're going to learn that way, way better, way quicker, with way less stress on your system if you make space for them to show you that. I could go on and on about how amazing it is to do less in dating. If you want to know my full story, you can read the book because I put it all in there. If you're a feminine person dating men, this is even more powerful because when men get into action around pursuing you, they are going into investment with you. They're investing their time, energy, sometimes money and other resources in you and getting to know you, and that's attractive to men. Just them spending their life energy on you is attractive to men, and it makes them take you more seriously, be more interested in committing to you, and investing in getting to know you more and more. So remember, you want to do a little bit less to help you relax, to help you make better decisions, to help you show up in a better state for connection, to make space for your attachment stuff, and to make space for the other person to show you who they are. If you have questions about how this relates to your personal dating situation, please leave them below in the comment and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Always love to hear from you, so reach out anytime, and I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next week.